Okay, today we're just going to solve rational equations. So for this one, let's get a common denominator, and then we can combine the expressions on the left. No, let's multiply both sides by the denominator. And so we'll have 20 So we'll distribute the x plus 3, and then we get that to cancel. It is possible to get an extraneous solution, one that is not an actual solution, even though it looks like one. And so we check in the original. So we know that's a solution. All right, pause and try that one. Multiply by the denominator. All right, we'll try something a little more complex. All right, we could get a common denominator and combine this and then multiply by both denominators, but the same thing will be achieved if we just multiply by the factors, every factor of each denominator. So to do that, let's make sure we factor everything. And this factors to x minus 6, x plus 3, so that's going to multiply to get negative 18, and then this adds to get negative 3. Okay, so now we multiply both sides by each denominator. And we distribute both of these to each term. So I have 3 over x minus 6. And then we have to distribute this to that. So we have x minus 6, x plus 3. And then we'll just copy this over here. So we took this times that, and to get that. We took this times that to get that, and this times that to get that. All right, and now this is what we want to happen, and then we don't have any more rational expressions. And we're going to have 2x times x and 2x times 6. Here we'll go 3 times x, 3 times 3, and we just have 27 over there. And this is a quadratic equation. We'll just subtract 27 from both sides. Let's go ahead and combine here. We're going to go 9 minus 27, so that'll be a negative 18. And then we have to factor that. We can factor like this, 2 times negative 18. So we have to multiply to get negative 36 and add to get negative 9. And that'll be negative 12 and 3. And then we'll put this in the first box, put that in the last box, 3x, negative 12x, and we'll factor out a negative 6 and take out an x. Here we'll take out a 2x and a 3, because 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. All of these outside terms multiply to get the inside. And now we see the factors are 2x plus 3, x minus 6, minus 3 divided by 2. And then we have to check. And we'll take the original equation and put a negative 3/2 in it. So here's the original. And we put in negative 3 over 2. And for negative 3 over 2, if we do all that, maybe just do it on the calculator, that is a solution. And let's check the other one. Here we checked, this was checking x equals negative 3 over 2. And now let's check x equals 6 in the original. So we have 2 and when we put the 6 in, it turns out that these are not equal, and that's no solution. So the solution is just negative 3 over 2. All right, pause the video and try this one. And here we have to multiply by every factor of the denominator, so we have to multiply by x on both sides, and we have to multiply by x plus 6. Copy the original and then distribute that, and we get and here we're going to copy this and then distribute this. And we copy this and distribute that. And write down what's left. 12, 2x, and x minus 2 times x plus 6. X times x, x times 6, negative 2 times x, negative 2 times 6. And here we have 2x minus 2x is 0, 6x, so we have x squared plus 6x minus 12. And that's not factorable, so we'll use the quadratic formula. This is, there's no 36 there, it's just a 132. And this is going to be 4 times 33. Okay, and then you have to take each of these. Remember that this is two solutions. This is x equals negative 3 plus radical 33, and x equals negative 3 minus radical 33. And you have to put each of those into the original and see which one works. I don't have that in my notes, so we can talk about it in class. All right, and that's the end.